I'm Lori Miller. I'm the current chair of Women United, and I am glad that we're all here tonight, but I will be especially glad at our next meeting, which is going to be in person. This Zoom has been wonderful for us, hasn't it, for more than a year, but we're all excited to get back to seeing each other. So thanks for still hanging in there and Zooming with us one more time. This is going to be a special meeting because it's the opportunity to see how the hard work we put in to raise money now sort of gets transferred to those who are going to do the hard work of educating our little ones in Lake County. And of course, that's really why we're all here. So with that, I want to just get started, Diana, and maybe welcome everybody with the list of new members.
Yeah, April, you want to start sharing? Yeah, and if you want to go to the next slide, that'd be great.
So even in the time of COVID, we keep expanding our group, which is wonderful for all of the important philanthropic reasons, but also wonderful for our own experiences as women, getting to know more people and new people. And so look, we've had a wonderful growth just since the start of 2021. And some of the new members have already had a chance to dive in and do some of our activities, and some are just getting started. I know Jamie and Mary, for sure, I saw on the call tonight. So we are still growing. We expect to bring even more members on yet this year, and it'll be just wonderful to be together in person when the time comes. So Diana, why don't you take it from here?
Yeah, all right, April, if you could advance, that would be great. So for those of you who haven't been to a quarterly meeting before, or for whom it's been a while, we try to recap all of the good things that have happened since the last time we were together, really in the last quarter. And despite the incredible challenges that we've all had this year, Women United keeps on keeping on, and I'm excited to share some of our recent impact and accomplishments. So we will obviously hear from our funded programs here shortly, but just want to let everyone know that we've completed the 2021 Little Kids Big Futures grant process, which was initiated in January and ended really in April, May. Where we granted $166,000, bringing the total raised since 2014 to $850,000, all for early childhood education. And I know we're really proud of that, and I am particularly proud. And we've done that with lots of people and lots of amazing women behind us. We have a total of 118 members right now, and as Lori said, we welcome 6 since this last quarterly meeting. What we know is that to sustain our amazing work and continue to grow into the future, it often takes some good planning. And so Lori and I are leading the steering committee in 2 planning sessions, strategic planning meetings, really to help craft what comes next for Women United. For those of you that are not familiar with what the steering committee is, the steering committee consists of 12, approximately 12, it kind of goes up and down depending upon the situation, but around 12 of our members who gather on a monthly basis, a working committee. It is not a committee in name, but it is a working committee of women who really work side by side with me and orchestrate all of our committees, chair those committees or co-chair them. And then together we make decisions about how and what we want Women United to be, to look like, and to grow and succeed into the future. So those 2, we've had 1 planning session, and the second one is coming here in the next couple of weeks. And we're really excited to chart a solid future for Women United. We hosted a community dialogue on race, which is part of our diversity committee. And that was obviously the community dialogue piece tells you we expanded beyond our members and into the community. We had initially offered 100 tickets. We expanded it to 115. And of those that attended, 75% were new to Women United. And that is really great for us to always just incorporate and get new energy and ideas into all of our programming. We are beyond excited about the upcoming 2021 Play Around for the Golf Kids, Play Around for Lake County Kids Golf fundraiser. That is going to be on July 19th. It is, as I said, sold out. There are some dinner-only tickets, and I hope that if you do not golf and you can join us, that you will. I think that in the Women United Weekly, the link is still up. And if not, I will make sure it's there. I can post it also on Facebook, but we would love for you to come, especially those of you who've yet to meet everyone in person. We will have 72 golfers and some of our members there, and it will be an amazing evening to be outside at an outdoor buffet. It will be a wonderful flush buffet, and we would love for you to come. And our goal is to have an amazing, successful event. And since you all are very powerful women, I know that you will all use your thought to make sure we have great weather, because that will be a very important part of the success of this event, on top of all of the support that we've received from the committee, all of the donations, the support and sponsorship. It's a big event for us, and we're really excited, and we know it'll be really successful. Now, in just about 5 words, I say held 10 social and education events. That really underappreciates what has happened in those 10 social and educational events, because there has been an amazing amount of work from our committees, our committee members, to provide solid programming, particularly during COVID. And we've got lots to come in this year, so we're really excited. If you can go to the next slide, April. We hosted 2 multicultural service projects with 5 new partners, and they were from our partner organizations, were from historically Black and Latino organizations. For those of you who may not know, we applied for and received a Healing Illinois grant, which enabled us to have some funding to provide amazing programming through our diversity committee. And that was part of the community dialogue on race, but also 2 of the 3 multicultural service projects that we will initiate or execute in this year. We are very excited because those 2 that we had were held online, and we kind of distributed materials, but we had an amazing time and amazing learning and growth for all of us. As part of that, we provided learning backpacks to preschool children living in transitional living situations in Waukegan. And we provided an additional, in the second project, we provided an additional 75 supportive bags to help parents be their kids' best teachers. And we are excited that the third will be held in person in July, and everybody is welcome to attend. When that time comes, I'll put it in my Women United Weekly. We created the Helping Parents Tip Book. So that was another amazing outgrowth of our multicultural service project. And that is something, I think that when we are in person, I will work on trying to share copies of it. It is an amazing booklet. April, who's on our meeting today, put that together, and it is, I think, something we'll use in a lot of our programming going forward. We also provided 76 learning kits for the preschoolers at North Pre-K. And then we also did a secondary program with them just recently for summer learning kits. And I just want to make sure that you know that we aren't necessarily just providing kits with materials. We are providing kits that are associated to the curricula that mirrors the curricula that is happening in the classroom with those preschoolers. So we're layering on top of what's already happening in order to try and provide the most flush and meaningful learning experience for the kids. For the summer learning kits, we're building on what the teachers felt were really a lack of socialization and motor skills, because all of the kids have been so cooped up. So we provide not just the tools, but also some of the content for how they could use those tools. So we're very proud to have accomplished that in the last few months, and look forward to another good quarter of programming and accomplishments. Okay, next slide. So we have a lot coming up, and as Lori said, it is really perfect timing for the state to be opening up as we are getting ready to get back in person. I want to make sure that everyone knows that we will provide as safe of an opportunity to be together as possible, but welcome you to wear your masks if you want to wear your masks. If you don't want to wear your masks and you've been vaccinated, then we will follow the guidelines of our state. It is very clear to me that people are tired of Zoom. The threshold for that has reached its mass, and so we are looking forward to being back in person soon. June 24th, we will have our lunch in the park. I will just note so that everybody knows that when we planned that date in downtown Libertyville, I did not realize that that is the same date that they have the farmers market, and that Cook Park is extremely busy with lots of wonderful activities. So what we are doing is we are going to move our lunch gathering. So if you want to grab lunch in the park, great, but then we're going to go across to the Sunrise Rotary Park. And the details for that will be in my upcoming Women United Weekly. But I just wanted to note the time or the location change. Then we've got some amazing fun stuff. Our Pim's Garden Party, Kieran from the UK is going to have another fun event on that special summer cocktail, along with some of the other learning things that come with a traditional party of that nature. We will all really feel a little bit like royalty on that day. Then we've got our golf fundraiser, an upcoming diversity roundtable. I believe, and Jamie is on the call, I believe that that will be a book. So we will read a book and discuss the book, and I will put all the details in my upcoming Women United Weekly. Then we've got a wine and learn. So in order for us to continue to grow and add new members, time over time, it is connecting us to other people that you think would love to be a part of Women United. And if you know anyone, it's not too early to start thinking about who might want to come. And then we've got a step up mixer. I'm going to just give a quick second. I'm going to check my time here, make sure we're not getting too far flung. I just want to talk for a second about what the Step Up Mixer is and what is the Women United Step Up program. As much as I loved the seasonedness of our Women United members, we are looking to get and engage some younger members. And as part of that, we have a Step Up program. As you all know, Women United, to be a member, our membership is a contribution of $1,000 a year or $84 a month. And so our Step Up means that women can join if they're 36 and younger at $500, and then go up in the next year to $750 and up in the third year to $1,000. So we are going to be looking to grab some young, amazing women to get to know each other and learn about Women United on August 20th. And then Judy is hosting one of the things that we learned at a Zoom Women United quarterly meeting was that apparently the one thing I never knew after almost 8 years of doing this is that everybody apparently loves to dance. So we are going to have a little party at her house and do some dancing and have some fun outside as well. Okay, so if April, if you could stop sharing for a second so that I could just kind of bring everybody to, I can only talk to a slide for so long before I need to see everybody's face. So this meeting is kind of a hybrid of our recent accomplishments, but is also to celebrate and hear about all the amazing work that's being done on behalf of our funded programs. As I said, we've given a total of $850,000 in two early literacy programs, early childhood programs since 2014. And one of the things that's most important isn't just to give out those funds, but it's to understand what's happening and to really have a connection to those programs. If it wasn't COVID for the last year and a half, we do try and schedule site visits to visit those programs and get a sense of what's happening and what they're like, and just get to be able to touch and feel and even see some sweet faces. Obviously, I don't know when that will happen again, so we are really going to be living vicariously through our funded program partners here today. I will say that $165,000 was raised last year, and in this year we just beat it by a hair. And we're super proud that in the course of a year where we really couldn't do anything in person, moved everything online, and even grew our membership during that time. There are women who joined in March of 2020 who we have never met. To me, it's amazing that those women wanted to come and be a part of this group, never even having the chance to be together. It really says to me that we are offering something that the right people really want, and that we were able to deliver it online. And I'm just astounded and very honored that people are so committed to our work and so amazed by our members. I mean, it's just something else. I want to thank the Little Kids Big Futures Committee. Elizabeth Swarth is here. Tejal Vicaria is not, but she is also part a co-chair team for that, where we receive our program, or their RFPs, and we receive the information through which we're able to vet, and then a team of people come together to review those and then decide which programs are going to get what. And it is never easy. At the end of those meetings, we're always saying, we just need more money. And to get more money, we need more amazing members and all of that. I just want to just remind people how that money gets into the fund. That the money for the Little Kids Big Futures Fund, or the $166,000 that was received this year, comes in a couple of ways. Through our fundraisers. So we have our Power of the Purse event, and then we are having our upcoming golf event. That will be another fundraiser in this year. And then it is our membership. So 500 of our $1,000 annual membership dues goes into the Little Kids Big Futures Fund directly. And then those women that give above and beyond $1,000, of which there are several, they can direct however much they want directly to this fund. So not everyone chooses to do that, but most do. Some people put part somewhere else in United Way. Of the 500 that goes in, the 500 remaining goes into the United Way General Fund. So I just think it's important. Sometimes people think that money just appears. That money does not appear. It is a lot of work on behalf of all of our members to get to that point. And so I will now, we'll start with our philanthropy forum. And April, if you want to go ahead and share to the slide 7. Great. So I'm not going to read, it's little itty bitty print, but I just want you to see in real time all of the programs that have received funding. And we are so very excited and thankful to have these women, I think they're all women here today, to talk about the programs. And first up will be Rosa Herrera. So if you want to go to the next slide, April, that would be great. So Rosa is talking about 3 programs. She works obviously with United Way of Lake County and the 3 programs that we are funding: Kindergarten Countdown Camp, which I should just say is the Women United Signature Funded Program, meaning that that is a program we have funded since its inception, and we fund it at a high level, much higher than the others, because we really believe in the program itself, but we are also able to see that it works. It's proven. We get data And that's what we love. We love data. She also supports our Better Together program, which is at Green Bay Early Childhood Center in North Chicago. That is a program that we started initially as our HUGS program, which is our volunteer engagement program. We were able to put the Better Together room together. We cleaned it. We were able to get all of the contents for it, all the learning materials, and now we're honored to be able to provide funding for that program. And then Bright by Text, which is a new program. And Rosa, I'm going to let you take it away. I think April's got your slides, so I will turn it over to you. I know Rosa's here. Oh, you're on mute. There you go.
Somebody had to do it, so I was the first. I was mentioning that I'm really excited to be here today, sharing this opportunity with all of you and learning more about what we are doing, what we hope to achieve this summer and throughout the year. We're just really excited to share how COVID has changed us and how we plan on moving forward. So thank you all for being here today and making this possible for children in Lake County. I'm going to go ahead and just get started. April, if you can move to the next slide. So our Kindergarten Countdown Camp goal is to continue to provide a free summer program for incoming kindergarten students who have little to no preschool experience by preparing children with the skills and resources needed in order to get a successful start before they enter kindergarten during the fall. This past year, KCC was held for a total of 4 weeks during the summer. Students received hands-on learning materials to promote key kindergarten readiness skills. Early learning skills that were included focused on reading, writing, colors, shapes, and numbers. Students received curated hands-on learning materials such as flashcards, books, SB6 designed a workbook, and activity sheets, among other things. In addition to the hands-on learning materials, bilingual YouTube videos were also created to enhance and guide parents in different methods for skill development. In partnership with all of you wonderful ladies, we were also able to do virtual reading buddies, which was another opportunity to create a foundation for students to enjoy reading while also developing early literacy skills. So we continue to empower our parents during this time and recognizing that they are their child's first teacher by really connecting them to our learning videos and supporting that learning at home. Next slide. This past summer, we reached our, by far our highest number of students that we reached overall since the inception of the program. A total of 160 students participated in KCC in 3 Lake County communities. We partner with Round Lake School District 116, Waukegan Public School District 60, and the Beach Park School District 3. Some of our program outcomes that were measured assess the students' knowledge across 5 key kindergarten readiness skills, and students scored the following on the level of progress or proficiency after participating in the program. 51% of our students knew how to identify the letters of the alphabet. 64 of those students knew how to write their first and last name. 90% of those students know how to count up to 10 objects and identify the number. 82% of the students recognize all of their shapes. We also surveyed the parents' level of confidence in 4 different areas. And 78% of parents strongly agree that they feel confident teaching their child's school readiness skills. 77% of parents reported that they feel that they have access to appropriate learning materials to teach their child. And 73% of parents feel confident that their child is ready for kindergarten. Also, 86% of parents feel comfortable communicating with their child's school, which is an important part for us when we conduct our kindergarten countdown camp, that they feel comfortable in connecting with their school. Next slide. So for our 2021 program, we're still going to be conducting our KCC. It's a free summer learning opportunity, again, targeting our incoming kindergarten students who have little to no preschool experience and really prepares them to get the skills and resources needed to have that successful start. This year, we aim to serve 120 incoming kindergarten students in Waukegan, Round Lake, and our newest community partner, Gurnee. Funds from Women United Little Kids Big Futures will support both virtual and in-person kindergarten countdown camps throughout the summer. As we move towards opening schools back up, we want to ensure that every community feels safe, and we want to provide an option that suits every community's needs. So we really work closely with our parents and collaborated with the school districts to develop a program that will integrate both in-person and at-home learning opportunities. Licensed teachers have carefully selected our material and resources that will be available in both English and Spanish that touches on the essential skills that are important for children to already know by the time they enter kindergarten. United Way will host a virtual parent event to help parents understand the value of working with their children on kindergarten skills. And we will also include information such as the school's calendar, the health requirements, kindergarten readiness skills that they can work on at home, the importance of attendance, and then teachers will also provide a report for every student, and they will also take additional school supplies and worksheets to work on throughout the summer. This year, we are holding all of our KCCs for a duration of 4 weeks during the summer. Students will receive not only hands-on learning material, but also they will, some students will participate in classroom sessions. And all of our students will receive weekly YouTube videos to promote learning at home that supports parents and also really gets them comfortable with how to use the material and empowers them on all the content that will be available to them. Next slide. So I just want to say thank you for supporting this amazing program as we move towards another year of Kindergarten Countdown Camp. We're really excited to just have another opportunity to meet those students' needs in different communities. And we've already started our Kindergarten Countdown Camp in Waukegan. Will officially start this upcoming Monday. And let me go ahead and talk about Better Together now. So the Better Together program was developed to increase the services available for North Chicago families with children birth to 3 years old. This initiative started in the fall of 2016 and has been made possible through the joint supported effort of Green Bay Early Childhood Center, Women United, and United Way of Lake County Success by 6 program. Today, Better Together serves children from North Chicago and Great Lakes. The goal of this program is really to provide parent education, resources, and to bring awareness on the importance of early literacy and child development. Better Together really works to empower a diverse group of parents to deliver family engagement opportunities and support children in developing the readiness, physical, and cognitive skills crucial for their future school success. The Women United Little Kids Big Future grant has supported a total of 36 sessions for the 2020-2021 school year. There were 15 sessions offered in the fall, 15 sessions offered in the spring, and 6 sessions during the summer. During the pandemic, we have supported our families by providing them with biweekly kits and virtual sessions. Kits are comprised of short lesson plans, hands-on materials such as crafts and early math manipulatives. We also included information for COVID, where to get vaccinated, where to get additional supplies for the house, e-learning workshops, children's books, and lots of parent education resources. Our distance learning model has also allowed us to focus on empowering parents to engage in learning activities at home and create a routine with their child that includes reading and practicing early learning skills such as gross and fine motor skills, social emotional skills, and early math and literacy skills. The themes included in our kits, we included themes such as dramatic play, music, art, nutrition, social emotional development, science, early math, and parent education. We also focused on promoting or actually providing information about how to reduce child trauma. We also included information about sensory play, potty training, and developmental milestones. We served a total of 18 students in the fall, 25 students during the spring, and then on average, we are seeing about 6 students attend our virtual sessions. Program outcomes have demonstrated that parents who participate in our Better Together consistently read and play with their child more than those who do not attend any school readiness program. 100% of our parents strongly agree that Better Together is beneficial to them and their child. 80% of our parents reported reading to their child 30 minutes or more during the week, and the remaining 20% reported reading 20 to 29 minutes a week. 100% of our families reported playing with their child 30 minutes or more on a week, and 100% of our parents reported having a regular routine that is followed on a daily basis. On spring 2021, we surveyed our families, and they shared the following regarding the milestones that they reached during Better Together. Just going to read a few of their milestones that they shared with us. And one of our families said, "My child is beginning to write his name, count up to 20, and identify the numbers 1 through 10. I just want to remind all of you, these are children between the ages of 0 to 3 years old. So this is really, really big for them, and there are important milestones being reached during Better Together. Another of her families indicated, "Kyler has been able to continue her social development thanks to this program. Kyler has been able to explore songs and learn through this program. He has also learned a little bit of Spanish." Another parent indicated, "My child is more creative and has developed a love for crafts." And finally, another parent indicated she's been able to socialize with other kids and instructors through the online meetings. She recognizes almost the entire alphabet, mastering numbers and colors, and she is now 100% potty trained, which is a big success for our parents. Currently, the program focuses on empowering our parents to continue engaging in learning activities at home. Funding support will enable us to provide Better Together kits with early learning materials for parents to use at home. The kits will consist of books, art material for crafts, hands-on play activities, parent resources, and child development handouts, amongst other things. The grant will also support 36 sessions throughout the school year, offering sessions in the fall, spring, and summer. We are happy to report that as of today, we have 25 students already enrolled for our summer 2021 sessions. Thank you so much for supporting our Better Together program. I know that all of you have been a part of this since the beginning, and we have seen tremendous growth from all of our students, and we really appreciate all of your help.
Hey, Rosa, I know, Rosa, I was gonna just ask before you start for Bright by Text, what do you anticipate happening? Do you think in this coming year you'll be back in session, or do you think it will be exclusively online?
For the summer, we are looking at how our parents really feel about coming back to the classroom. Of course, we want to follow CDC guidelines and the recommendations of the school as well. So we really are exploring with our parents and assessing what is it that they would like to see. Do they like the virtual sessions? Do they want to come in person by the time the fall reaches? But what we are really, our goal is to return back by the time fall comes. We're also dealing with, of course, our younger population, and oftentimes a caregiver is there with them as well. So we have to take that in consideration when we're thinking about what we are planning on doing for the fall. Like I mentioned, our goal is really to return students to the classroom setting.
Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions before we move on? Actually, April, can you stop sharing for a second just so that we can at least, if anybody has questions, we can address them? Okay. Gotta ask. All right. I think we're ready to share and hear about Bright by Text.
Thanks, Diana.
Mhm.
We are excited. April, if you can just, there you go. We are excited about this new partnership, and this partnership is one that I think is very different from the rest of our programs. So the Bright by Text is a national bilingual parent texting program that puts expert tips, games, and child development information in the hands of parents and caregivers. It is particularly helpful resource during the pandemic as it helps children while they are learning at home, and it helps families as they support their children's health and learning. Bright by Text really targets families with children between the prenatal stage up to the age of 8 who live in Lake County. United Way of Lake County's text program provides caregivers with 2 to 4 messages per week in either English or Spanish. It is curated for the baby's age that is easy to understand and is actionable. The messages not only provide actions or activities that promote the baby's well-being, but they also promote the caregiver's well-being, which is very important as it's another tool that caregivers can use to help boost their self-esteem, really promote better health, better family health. The texting service includes topics such as brain development, games and activities, health and wellness, STEM, safety, and much, much more. Our Bright by Text partners, Bright by Text actually partners with several different experts such as PBS, Vroom, Sesame Street, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and many, many other partners that are specifically focused on early childhood education. Its content library supports families going back to the 2nd trimester of pregnancy, helping expecting families prepare for the baby and to really understand how to support during challenging times, and also provides maternal mental health in those early months. Content also expands out to the age of 8, all the way up to the 3rd grade, which we know it's an important indicator for the rest of school success and lifelong learning. Parents can sign up at any time. They can also stop messaging at any time that they would like. Here is an example of what they receive. Once they text the word Bright or UWLC to 274448, they receive a text message to sign them up. This is an example. When they click on the bit.ly, they'll go into a landing page that provides them a video that is very helpful, and also some tips. Usually it's 3 to 4 bullet points, and it's really easy to follow. It's not daunting at all, and it is specifically in the language that the parent has decided, whether that's in English or Spanish. Next slide. Thank you so much for really funding this program. We are really excited with our partnership with Bright by Text, as we know this is another resource that families can really benefit from during the pandemic, and really just get them information in their hands.
Thank you, Rosa. Thank you so much. April, can you stop sharing for 1 second? So For the other programs that are here with us today, I just want to let you know that Bright by Text is available for all of your clients and families as well. So please feel free to reach out to me or to Rosa if you're familiar with Rosa, or put put in the chat. But the goal is to get as many families as possible connected to this service, and you all have so many of those families in your programs. So I hope that that's one of the things that we can try to do is at least bring together other resources that are available to you aside from the money that is coming to you through our funded programs. All right, thank you, Rosa, very much. And next up is Joan. I will just say that we have been funding the Kindergarten Readiness Committee's preschool program for several years, and it has always been something we enjoy coming to visit, getting to see the children in their classrooms, working hard. And Joan, I know you're gonna share a video, but can you just remind everybody what our funds are going to support?
So, hello everyone. We are just so grateful to be back. So thank you. On behalf of all the committee members and our families this year, they wanted me to express how thankful they are. So the funds were used to provide scholarships for 20 children to attend a half-day preschool program that was a year-round program. And I think the video really will share all of the information. Every year I like to use a video to show you, because I know how important it is to really actually see where your funds are going. I think this can kind of give you a really great idea, and it doesn't help that I have my son who can do this for me. So I'm very grateful for that. But if April could share the video, it will answer a lot of the other questions.
Can everybody see YouTube?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and then let me know if you can hear.
The Best Kindergarten Readiness Committee is extremely grateful
good,
to
April, I
Women
can hear.
United for again believing in the value of early education and in investing in us. 20 children with your support from the Round Lake area received a scholarship to participate in a half-day preschool program at the Round Lake Area Park District Preschool. The children attend Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. for 1 full year. Due to low enrollment at the Park District, we had a classroom fully equipped and ready to use. As we began our year, we were still in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. With this pandemic still evoking fear, we had 6 families attend virtually, and the 12 children who attended in person were divided into small groups. The children who attended in person followed the health and safety protocols set by the Illinois Health Department, the Department of Children and Family Services, and the CDC. As the children entered the building, health assessments were completed, as well as temperature checks. All children wore masks, hand sanitized and washed, as well as social distancing were their new norm. The children who attended virtually through Zoom received weekly supplies to follow along and complete the activities at home. The children who attended in person were adaptive and eager to learn. In the beginning, through assessments, we could see that our work was much needed. After a year of isolation and quarantine, the children finally had the socialization they desired. Miss Cindy, Miss Sarah, and Miss Lisa were an impeccable staff with so much love and patience. Throughout the year, the children have made remarkable strides in their academic journey. Women United, you have given this group of children the opportunity to learn their alphabet, shapes, numbers, colors, and name recognition. You have given them literacy opportunities through books, circle times, and listening to stories. These children have learned crucial social skills such as listening, following directions, taking turns, and sharing. You have given them time to sing, participate in creative arts, and STEM activities. Children were exposed to large and small motor activities as well and had the ability to play. Women United, Educators, politicians, parents, and early childhood advocates like yourselves have become active participants in our nation's discussion for the search of the best early education opportunities for our young participants. And you have helped the Round Lake area be on the forefront of providing this opportunity. Research has shown that an investment of early education, particularly among disadvantaged children, not only improves cognitive skills, but also the critical behavior traits like sociability, motivation, and self-esteem. Women United, you can envision yourself as women who are making a difference in molding young minds. You have helped build a love for learning that lasts past the preschool years. You have helped lay the groundwork for a successful future for these little people. In the words of Benjamin Franklin, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest, and these children will go the distance.
I will go the distance.
Thank you, Women United.
So can you hear me?
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you, Joan. It's always amazing to see your video. I think that it's so hard for us to really understand what's happening and to be able to see a visual. It's just the
Yeah.
best.
And it's really hard when it's, sharing it on a Zoom meeting. I mean, the effect would have been a lot better when we could project it in person. But I mean, I think you all understand the important work that you're doing, and it has made such a difference to these little kids, even with masks. I mean, they're just used to it, and being able to be back together, you just have given them so much. So they are very, very grateful. Did anyone have any specific questions?
Well, it doesn't look like they do, but I do have a question. How is it being in that new space? Because I know you were in another building and you moved. And it was, I feel like right before the pandemic was when you moved into your new space.
Yeah, so the new space is amazing. I mean, we have a lot of amenities that we can use. Hopefully this coming school year, we have a full-size gym, a children's museum, lots of playground area. The library is really close in walking distance. That was our intent when we started, and then the pandemic came. But we will be able to utilize the spaces starting in September, which will be really good.
Do you feel like you're going to have to offer a hybrid option come September, or at that point, are you going to move everybody into in-person?
So we're hoping everyone in person. I know the school district is, they're kind of considering a hybrid and in person, but I heard that they're looking to go full in person. Unfortunately, we still are following the CDC guidelines, so the kids have to still wear masks. So do staff. So, I mean, I don't know when that will go away, but just being able to have the kids come in the building, and it was a little scary at first because we didn't know what to expect and if kids could keep masks on, but they can, and they're so good, and they know routines. It was amazing to see.
It sounds to me, as I see these little kids all over the place wear those masks, it's a lot. Adults seem to have a harder time adjusting to things than children do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of amazing how that happens.
My daughter is a teacher, and she said her students were awesome about mask wearing. She goes, they got used to it right away. It was the staff that whined about it incessantly. So, it's the kids are pretty good.
Yeah.
They are.
Well, thank you, Joan. And we will share, as you heard, everybody when they entered today heard that this video recording is happening as part of this meeting. And we will make sure to share it with all of our members. So
Great.
thank you.
Thank you.
Joan. All right. Next up, we've got One Hope United, which is a brand new program for us. So we are very happy to welcome Roseanne and Kay, and they are going to talk about, hopefully describe more about, even a gentle, general introduction, because so many of us are not familiar with your program. So we will let you take it away.
Hi, I'm Kay Smith, and I am the Child Development Director for Busy Bee Children's Center, which is located in Waukegan. And it's a program of One Hope United. We have several childcare centers, so Busy Bee is a part of our early learning line of service. We are a program that services children 6 weeks to 5 years of age. And we're open Monday through Friday. It's a full-time program from 6:30 to 5:30. And we service right now capacity of 112 children. And we have been serving the community, surrounding communities, Waukegan, Zion, North Chicago, Beach Park, Winthrop Harbor, Gurnee, coming up on 53 years this fall. A percentage of our children are subsidized families, and we have right now about 5% of our children that are full paying families for our program.
April, I think we want to move the slides up so that I think the slide will go along with what Kay is talking about. Thank you. Next, yeah.
Okay. We also have an EHS program, which is Early Head Start. The Early Head Start program services approximately 70 center-based and home-based children. And the program is really focuses on parent engagement. So the families will get services through the center-based kids coming to the center, and then also our home visitors that will work with the families at home to develop that partnership and connection with parent education as needed. The home-based program includes a 90-minute visit and bi-monthly socialization activities. However, due to the pandemic right now, we are doing services remotely with the home-based and the home visitors. They utilize the Parents as Teachers curriculum to partner with the families just to help with those developmental goals and helping their children grow up healthy and safe. We also offer preschool for all for children ages 3 through 5. We are not connected to a school district, so our grant is directly with the Illinois State Board of Education. We have approximately 80 slots for children, like I said, ages 3 to 5. There is a certified teacher. They're certified to work in the public schools, ages birth through 3rd grade. So we have 2 of those teachers that come in for our 4 classrooms. We have 2 AM sessions of pre-K and 2 PM sessions of pre-K. And the difference between our program being directly connected to the Illinois State Board of Education versus the school districts is that we also can offer the wraparound care. So once the children complete their 2.5 hours of pre-K that's included in their day, they don't have to be transported anywhere else. And so they will stay at the center. We also offer breakfast, a hot lunch, and an afternoon snack for them. So it's kind of like an all-encompassing program for our 3 to 5-year-olds. We also incorporate a lot of literacy in our programs. We use the creative curriculum, which provides lots of opportunities for children to develop their vocabulary and language skills, utilizing a lot of open-ended conversations, open-ended activities. They have the opportunity to engage in conversations with their teachers as well as their peers, which includes, a variety of activities, songs, rhymes, finger plays, of course, story time, listening to books, and practicing their reading comprehension. So they get a full day of, being able to grow and develop with their language and vocabulary. As you can see on this slide, the percentages of our children that meet or exceed expectations with our literacy development. So our fall and winter numbers, our children were, majority of them in the area of meeting or exceeding the expectations for our the age groups of 6 weeks to 5 years. Our program is NACCE accredited, which is a national accrediting body. It is an accreditation that is for about, right now, I think 10 to 11% of centers throughout the country are accredited through NACCE. And we do have to go through a series of visits, assessment visits to qualify for this accreditation. We're also in the Gold Circle of Quality through Accelerate Illinois, which is a quality rating system to help improve the quality of our programs, our systems for learning, environment, and things like that. So all of our centers are NACCE accredited, and the majority of them are in the Silver or Gold Circle of Quality. And Roseanne, did you want to talk about how COVID has impacted the program so far?
Yes, I can do that. Oh, and I'm sorry, I didn't realize our slide is doing the roll up of, oh, there you go. Thank you. So yes, we did close our centers from March of 2020 through July of 20, was that 20? Yeah, 2020. We reopened the centers. And so that's been a very slow start and getting families to feel comfortable in coming back to the centers. As was mentioned in the previous presentation, a lot of procedures had to be put into place to meet CDC, DCFS requirements for safety during the reopening of the centers. So we had the daily health checks happening upon arrival. We had a risk management plan developed. Of course, the masks are worn by children and staff. Temperature checks. We even were changing shoes upon arrival so that children had a pair of school shoes and outdoor shoes. We tried to practice social distancing as much as possible and provided separate materials for children, so there wasn't a whole lot of sharing, especially like our favorite activities of water play. We had to eliminate those types of activities for the time being. Enhanced cleaning and sanitizing and disinfecting of all surfaces. So every 2 hours, teachers were going through the classrooms, cleaning, sanitizing, as well as support staff in the areas that are shared by children. We had to decrease class size and in the beginning, and it's gradually returning to the full capacity of children in the classroom. Parents drop children off in our lobby. They're not allowed into the center, unfortunately, at this time, just to reduce the spread of germs at the facility. One of the major impacts of COVID on our programs, we initially had 2 centers in the Waukegan area. The Waukegan Early Learning Center was an early Head Start, and the Busy Bee Children's Center was providing care for children from birth through 5 years of age. Because enrollment was very low during that time period, the decision was made to combine the 2 programs in the one facility. And we had the opportunity to do that because there were so many spaces open at both centers. We are actually have grown from, okay, if you want to chime in on the current enrollment capacity, enrollment at the center, it's
currently, as of this week, we have a total of 92 children versus when we came back in July, I think the Early Head Start program had about 15 to 20 children, and our program had about 42 children. So it has grown.
Yeah, so we are almost reaching our capacity again. Families are feeling more comfortable about bringing their children back into group care. We are still doing the virtual visits in our home-based program, and hope that by September, we're hoping to have all in-person services returning. Can you go to the next slide? We just have some photos of the children. That daily hand washing has become very critical, and children learn, proper techniques for hand washing. Temperature checks are part of the routine every day, as well as the changing of shoes and completing the health check forms with the parents. The mask wearing has really shown to be pretty easy for the children to adjust to, as you can see in the photos. Starting at age 2, they are required to wear the masks as much as possible. And so we work on encouraging that, and they do very well. We were surprised. We really thought, especially those 2-year-olds, were going to have a hard time with that. So there's some more photos of children engaged in activities and with their masks and somewhat social distanced. So on the next slide, we've also, during the times during the closings, we were doing some virtual activities with parents. We provided care packages and giveaways so that if parents had needs for diapers and formula or other materials for their child, we were providing those. We had some gift cards for families for food, emergency food, and those kinds of things, as well as PPE, masks and things that we were able to provide to families. And then materials for learning at home were provided during this time as well, so that parents could work with their children on learning activities while they were still at home. The next slide. So how the grant will support our program. We're very excited about the opportunity to work with Women's United, and with this funding, we will be able to provide some scholarships to help to ensure that we can meet the full cost of quality in our early learning programs. And more children will be able to participate in the literacy services that we provide to our children. And we also have found that, with COVID, and especially right now, job loss impacts eligibility for childcare for our children. And so we're hoping that we can stabilize childcare for them through some scholarships if a family does lose eligibility, where we can continue to provide services. And we know that that continuity of care is important for children when they are in preschool, so that they can receive the best outcomes.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you so much, both of you. I don't know if anybody has any questions. Yeah, Lori.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to say that I was not familiar with this program, and I'm not on the Little Kids Big Futures Committee to have studied it in depth. So I really appreciate your presentation, ladies. And it seems like it's been really successful so far and big. So I'm just thrilled that we're going to be able to support it.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I had a question, and that is in terms of where, or maybe what percentage of your families come from outside of Waukegan. It sounds like you serve a bigger area, but I wondered how many make the ride.
The majority of the families are in Waukegan, but we do have those that, like I said, come from neighboring communities. But I would say probably we're at about 60% of the families are from Waukegan, and then other are neighboring communities. Many years ago, pre-pandemic, we actually had a family that drove all the way from Indiana, and mom worked in Waukegan, and so she drove 2 hours here, 2 hours home with her infant to get care for her child here. So
It's amazing.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's a ride.
yeah.
And it makes you realize how critically important these programs are to families and what they're willing to sacrifice in order to do what they have to do.
Yeah.
Fabulous, fabulous. All right, any other questions before we move on? Okay, well, next on our list is Astrid from Mano a Mano. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having us. Thank you for all of your support as well. This program definitely cannot or could not have been born without your support and the funding. So we're really thankful, and also thankful for the opportunity to share a little bit about what we've been doing with our new program. And let me share my screen here. So, there we go. So through these funds, we were able to start the Healthy Kids, Healthy Families program. It's been a learning experience to basically pilot this program throughout the pandemic. As you know, Mano a Mano focuses on providing resources and education to immigrant families in Lake County, as well as McHenry County. Mano a Mano's mission is to empower immigrant families to become full participants in their community. And our vision is an integrated community where everyone has access to opportunities and pathways to success. And so this goes for, from the youngest to the oldest in our families. And so we are currently, for the past couple of years, we've been serving about 5,000 families per year through our different programming. Healthy Families program is under where the Healthy Kids, Healthy Families program or project has fallen under. We also have our Engaged Citizens program, which provides immigration legal services, Productive Parents program, which provides adult education like ESL, GED, citizenship classes, and then our Successful Children program has been around for years now, really focusing on kindergarten readiness for our Latino and Hispanic immigrant families in Lake County. So the Healthy Kids, Healthy Families program was an idea that we had kind of tossed around for a while to try to provide a little bit more cohesion between the Healthy Families program and the Successful Children program. Through our Healthy Families program, we focus on access to care and health literacy, and just generally promoting health and wellness through our different programs. And our Successful Children, as I mentioned, focuses on kindergarten readiness. So, the core skill building and pre-literacy skills development, and also parent mentoring. So for the Healthy Kids, Healthy Families initiative, we wanted to try to bring together these two other programs, existing programs, and adding that health and wellness component to families with children, and really emphasize, the connection between health and wellness and our education, our ability to learn, and overall, obviously, our health, right? If we are taking care of ourselves, from the younger that we take care of ourselves, hopefully we'll lead a healthier life into adulthood. So that was the idea behind Healthy Kids, Healthy Families. And it still focuses on those pre-literacy skills. We still work with families with 3 to 5 year olds. And so what we've done is our families, most of them will start with the Successful Children kindergarten readiness sessions, and then they transition into these 6 sessions that focus a little bit more on nutrition, physical activity with both the parent and the child. And so we were able to provide our families with supplies and materials that are also relevant to both health and early childhood education. We've been able to provide a lot of worksheets, workbooks, flashcards that include healthy habits, as well as fruits and vegetables. And we still incorporate obviously the colors and the shapes in with all of the activities to promote, again, both the education and the nutrition and wellness component. And so originally, as you see here on the screen, the plan was to run this program primarily through home visits. And of course, with the pandemic, that became impossible. We had to make adjustments. And so we started the sessions through Zoom, and we were a little bit hesitant to start that way because we already knew that our families, our low-income immigrant families, really struggle with technology, and even having access to, a tablet or sometimes even a phone. But we tried it anyways, and it was a bit of a rough start. But I mean, currently we have 32 families working right now with our project coordinator, and we've also taken this as a way to also support the parents build those technology skills. And so by now they've become a lot more comfortable with the technology. So it's been really nice to see that as well. So even though it was a challenge for us to make this transition into the live virtual sessions, we also tried to make the best of it, and again use that as a teachable moment for the parents. And so we so far plan to maintain the virtual sessions for now, just because like I said, the home visits are still kind of risky at the moment. So we do, for now, at least through the summer, plan on continuing through the Zoom sessions. So again, some of the challenges were the technology, but we decided to build off of that to help the parents build skills with technology. And then another challenge was also so the sessions are about 1 hour and 15 minutes long. And so to maintain the attention of, a 3 to 5 year old and their parent for that long is challenging in any setting. But we got creative and started incorporating some more physical activity ideas, get up and dance, teaching them different stretches, and then also having them go and hunt around for different snacks and foods around their house, so that to get them up and moving while also taking advantage of that time to communicate with the parent, engage with the parent about some more of the nutrition facts and education component. And I also mentioned earlier about kind of the challenges that we experienced early on when we transitioned into the virtual sessions. We had some pretty low attendance at first, but like I said, right now we've been doing really, really well, thankfully. And then another challenge was also the distribution of the materials and the supplies to the families. So we have been actually delivering them directly to their door through our team, some volunteers and some staff. And we've distributed to all different parts of Lake County, primarily Round Lake, Waukegan, and North Chicago. So once we complete these 32 families that we are currently working on today, we will have had 94 families total complete the program since we started. And our goal for the end of our fiscal year is 100. And I know that we've already had some more families signing up for these last couple weeks in the fiscal year. So we are confident that we'll be definitely meeting our 100 goal. And then some other things that we've noticed through this year and through the pandemic. As you know, Lake County has a major transportation situation. A lot of our families, they don't have cars, especially, our low-income families, they don't have cars. They don't have a way to move around very easily throughout the county. So offering these virtual sessions has been able to eliminate that barrier for a lot of our families. And so we've actually had a lot more families from places like Mundelein, Zion, participating because transportation is no longer an issue during these times. And also, of course, we were able to, purchase new materials and supplies, and they're turning out to be a lot of fun for the families, and it's ideal for them to be able to, receive it in their home. They don't have to go anywhere. They don't have to spend any money, and they are able to, participate with their child live and be able to participate in those activities, doing the cutting and the getting up and dancing and the cards and everything. So that's in a nutshell, that's what we've been able to do this year under the circumstances. So again, we really thank you for all of your support and for your attention here today. And it's an honor to share a little bit of our program.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. And I know we are all looking forward to hearing from Annalisa. Maybe April, you could share that so everyone can see her introductory slide. And Annalisa, I don't, I think you'll be sharing your own. So I just at least wanted to introduce you, that you are from the Early Learning Club, Waukegan Public Library, and we have funded you before and are happy to have you back. So Annalisa, if you want to go ahead and share or just chat, that would be great.
Okay, oh, hold on. Let me make it big. Okay, so my name is Annalisa, and I'm a children's librarian at the Waukegan Public Library, and I'm talking about the United Way Early Learning Club that we do at the library. It's a free kindergarten readiness program for preschool-age children and their parents. The program features hands-on activities to help children work on their early learning skills. We present one program in English and one program in Spanish once a month. We give out, we make 15 English bags and 15 Spanish bags each month to give out for the program. Because of the pandemic, we had to switch to virtual programming. So this was a new experience of creating whole group, individual, and craft activities that could be done virtually. So that was an interesting feat to do that. And of course, it's like herding cats to get them to like all pose correctly. So that was fun too. Our program themes include alphabet, shapes, colors, counting and numbers, patterns, sequencing, and story time. And we added 3 new ones this year: pre-writing, rhyming, and opposites. So in 2020, we used the grant money to purchase cardstock and construction paper to make craft materials and art projects. We bought program bags to give out the materials of various sizes. We bought craft materials and other learning materials to use to make games and different things to do virtually. And then in each program, the children were given either an English book or a Spanish book based on the program theme. Our library, because of the pandemic, we had to go to virtual programming. So we offered a variety of virtual programming to help our families of preschool age children. So I did which is on all these programs can be seen on YouTube and our library Facebook page. I do a weekly virtual sing along, and I do a weekly virtual craft time. My coworker does a twice a week virtual story time, and then we also offer once a week bilingual story time and a bilingual craft time. We also have a lot of great digital resources that families can use when they can't come to the library and to help their child learn at home. So we have Hoopla and Digital Library Illinois, which parents can borrow ebooks and audiobooks. And then Hoopla is nice because it also has movies for all ages. And then Tumble Books is a resource that includes animated storybooks, read-alongs, and games for children kindergarten to 6th grade, and the books are read to you that way. So as of September of 2020 to May of 2021, 18 early learning clubs were presented, 9 in English, 9 in Spanish. Altogether, 150 kids attended between September of 2020 and May of 2021. We plan to present one program in English and one program in Spanish once a month, beginning in September of 2021 to August of 2022. And the new funds will be used to buy learning materials such as cardstock and construction paper to create games, and craft activities, program bags of various sizes, craft materials, learning materials. So for example, like paper cups to make like a numbers activity, or a large craft roll to make an alphabet activity. So things like that to make games out of. And again, children will receive a book based on the program theme, either in English or in Spanish, depending on the program. And then because I saw with the surveys when I was doing them that a lot of kids were struggling with having the ability to write their first name, I especially created a new activity, new program. One of our new themes is writing your name and practicing your name so that the kids could work on that. Because I noticed that was a big thing that the kids needed to work on. So that's going to do that one this summer, and then also in starting next year as well. Okay. And then how typical program will go. We start off with some kind of song usually, and then we do some kind of whole group game. So in this activity, I'm showing them a PowerPoint slide, and I'm saying, you know, a certain what's the opposite of sunny, and they put up rainy. So they have their own personal cards at home, as you can see on the tables, and that's kind of like a whole group game that we do. And then we have an individual game where they have little cards in front of them. They play a little, maybe a memory game or something to show their answers up with that one. And then sometimes we do a story time. I read it out, usually read the story in person, and then my coworker will do a video of her reading it, and the kids can see the book that way. And then we do a craft based on the theme usually. And then we do music throughout the program to kind of break it up and to make it so it's not sitting so much. So my coworkers don't sing, so they do videos, and then I usually sing in person, and we do little actions and things. And so I want to thank you so much for funding our program again, and we love doing it, and my coworkers and I, we love doing the program, and I want to thank you so much for supporting our children. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Annalisa, and everybody. While we went a little bit longer in program, so we aren't going to have time to do our getting to know you, I just want to say that it is worth every minute to see the impressive, how everybody recreated their programs, but also helped everybody recreate. I know that personally, from a technology standpoint, I was forced to grow. I can't imagine for families who have children that are young and also don't have as many means or technology support. It's it's amazing. And Annalisa, looks like you not only were great at being a child educator, but you had to engage them online. So it's probably a little bit like theater. I'm thinking y'all got new skills in the process too. It has been quite a year, and I think that the fallout for the impact on the learning and academic success of our kids is yet to be known, but each of us and you have done an important piece in trying to create the greatest possible outcome for all of the children that were thankfully impacted by your programming. And I know I can say on behalf of everybody that we are just impressed by your programs, impressed by all of you. And we look forward to getting your reports that I share with our program partners. We share them with our committees, we share them with our members, and that helps us feel invigorated to raise money and to make more connections and to do the things that we can do on our end to support your programs. So I want to just thank you all. We are reaching our 7:30, so I think I'm going to go ahead and say good night to you all. But before we go, does anybody have anything they want to say before we say goodbye?
You know, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all of the women. I just want to point out that it's always women who are awesome, who came today to present about their programs. And I want to make sure I got everybody's name. So there's Rosa, Joan, Astrid, Kay, and Elisa and Roseanne. You guys are amazing. And you did an amazing job in presenting today. But more importantly, the programs that you do are so important to the kids who participate and the parents. And I just want to thank you for doing what you do. You are, the Wonder Women of Lake County. That's it.